Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's look is a very neutral yet spicy kind of look. You know, like we got this nice neutral eye, but then we have that nice pop of color in the waterline for that nice pick-me-up. You know, I felt like this would be a good look for those that are scared of color. I always say the best way to kind of dabble into color is to just pop it on your waterline. It's really not that hard. It's not that scary, you know. But once you get into it, I promise you'll love it. It'll brighten up all your looks. You can literally do this look right here with virtually any color combo. One thing that I did want to shout out that I used today was the Suva cake liners. I really love their liners. I also use the brush that comes with, well, it doesn't come with, but it's their brush. I'll list it in the description box for you guys, but these are amazing. They're water activated, so you'll see me kind of show you how they work in such in the video, but I just want to go ahead and get into the look. I hope you guys are doing okay and are staying safe in the house during this quarantine, because I'm not gonna lie, it's driving me crazy to be in the house. I know I'm bored out of my mind. I just know everybody else is too. But to ensure that we don't have to do this so long, you know, and to better everybody else's chances of safetyness, just stay in the house, you guys. If you can, please do. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hey you guys, so we're gonna get straight into the look. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If you have any requests for some different looks, I would love to kind of spice it up for y'all some more. So leave me some options in the comment section, and also leave me some cute questions for a nice Q&A. I still want to do that for you guys soon. But about this look, we are starting with brows, and as usual, I'm using the Morphe brow pencil in Java, and then I'm going to go in and clean them up with the P.Louise Rumour eye base in Rumour 2. We want a nice bright base for this look. Even though we're doing neutrals, we still want those colors to pop and to stick, you know. So nice clean base. That P.Louise is going to come in handy. That is it there. And I'm just going to spread it out and clean up my brows using the Morphe 224 brush. One of my favorites. If you're not new here, then you know that already. But if you're new, then you know you need it. It is a favorite of mine. It makes brow cleanup and like concealer layout so easy. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just laying that out all over my eye space from the brow down, and just making sure it's even, so that when I go in for this shadow, we all good to go. Once I'm done spreading it out over the skin, I'm gonna buff it out with my trusty Morphe 335 brush, just to get it nice and pressed evenly into the skin before getting started on the shadow. And for eyes today, I went in with the James Charles palette mostly, and also the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, which when I tell y'all, I was hooked on that palette when it first came out. I used it non-stop for like a week. It's amazing, and you'll see when I get into it too. But I'm starting off with a small kind of pointed buffer brush. This is the M507 from Morphe in a dark brown from the James Charles palette, and I'm using that to build up my crease. If you all have been here before, you know this is not a new technique of mine per se, because I like to start with my crease first. It makes shadow easier for me. I then went in and tapped into another darker shade of brown just to kind of further define it before I blow it out. I'm using the Jaclyn Hill's the Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe to buff out that dark brown. And because this is a neutral eye look, it's really not crazy, and it's one of my favorite eye looks to do actually. I use this same technique for like any color combo, because I'm personally not a cut crease girl, but this gives me like that cut crease look without having to do all the extra, you know. So it's a really easy look to follow, I think. I hope you guys like it. Let me know if you do. This brush here is the Morphe M573 brush, and I'm using that just to buff out those shadows nice and even. I went back in with another shade of brown from the James Charles palette and the Morphe M330 brush, which is another one of my favorite brushes. I have so many of those. It's like a perfect pointed, fluffy, like buffer brush. It's really nice. This shade here from Jaclyn is called Rider Diamond. She's super cute. It made the look. Once I go in and prime my face, I'm using the NYX Studio Primer. I'm going to go in with my foundation from NARS. This is their Natural Radiant formula in the shade Tahoe. And I'm just buffing it all over the face with an M446 brush from Morphe. I kept the coverage kind of light because we're doing a neutral look anyway. Also because I'm stuck in the house. I'm not going nowhere but to take some pictures. I'm not wasting all my foundation on the look, you know. But that's neither here nor there. We still got the outcome that we needed. That's what's important. But once I get that all even over the skin, I'm going to go in and actually highlight with the P.Louise Rumour base in Rumour 2. I really like it as a under eye concealer as well. I mixed it though with the Morphe Concealer 2 in C235 just to kind of give me that soft matte finish, but also to mix colors mostly because the P.Louise base is pretty matte, but mixing the two gave me a nice color base and a nice finish. I'm just evening and spreading that out over the skin in the normal places that I would highlight, under the eyes and everywhere, and then contouring with my cream contour sticks from Morphe in Effect 16, and then I went in again with Effect 17 just to deepen it up a little bit more. I love cream contouring. To me, I feel like I don't have to use as much powder when I do this, so that's my go-to routine. Once I get into just kind of buffing all the colors out, it's really not hard. And once you get good brushes that kind of do the work for you, like this 335 for me does most of the work for me. I'm literally just buffing it out, but the brush itself is what gives that nice smooth finish. And then me doubling back between this brush and then I ended up using my M446, my foundation brush, to buff out my contour. For me, that just blends and melts everything really nicely together. I like working with creams because then you can get kind of the hard part of blending out the way. They kind of blend easier together into each other like this, as opposed to like creams and then trying to blend it in with a shot or like a powder. They kind of sit on top of each other a little bit more, if that makes sense. But this is my go-to if I'm going to do anything. It's extra, but it is worth it. I then go over my whole face with just a tad bit more foundation just to kind of even those colors out together, making sure I don't have any harsh lines or anything, and that nothing's so obvious, you know. Buffing out my nose, and I'm going in with the Beauty Bakerie loose powder and oats in my 335 brush and just setting all my highlighted areas. The products that I use are pretty matte, but whenever you're using a cream or a liquid, you want to set it with the powder. So no matter if you're dry or oily, especially if you're oily though, but you want to set all your creams with powders. That's going to help your makeup not move or budge so much. This is the star of the show today. And as you can see, all I had to do, I was demonstrating how to use the liner. You literally only mix your brush with a little bit of water and then mix it into the product. You don't want to add water to the product. That's going to cake it up and cause it to not pick up well. And it also makes it kind of nasty. So this is the easiest way to do this. I just took it on a nice small pencil brush. This is the Suva liner brush 620 if I'm not mistaken. And I just took that on the waterline. Now, because it's water activated, I'll say that you don't want to get it all the way in the waterline because then it'll bleed. But getting it as close as possible is the best way to get this look. Easiest too, and it's not as irritating on the eyes, you know. I'm using the Black Radiance Contour Kit, Powder Kit, to touch up my contour and to set my contour. I'm also using that on an E27 brush to contour my nose, just to kind of get it snatched. Like, the nose in general is just really hard for me, so I'm still trying to get the hang of defining my own nose. For whatever reason, I can do other people's noses pretty fine, but mine is so weird to me. I took some of the dark brown that I put in my crease on that same brush that I used in the beginning to kind of just smoke out the waterline. Nothing too crazy, just so that my eyes weren't top heavy. And then I went back in with my softer brown on that same brush and softened it up as well. Using the Ruby Kisses Space Powder in Golden Honey, I am dusting off all of that loose powder, as well as kind of just blending everything together, making sure everything is even and set. That's the most important part, just to make sure everything is set. I'm buffing out around my nose. I love this spray. If you're oily, the Morphe Mattifying spray is bomb. You heard it here. You need it. It's amazing, okay? Absolutely just, bomb. Pop on some lashes. I'm going to do my highlight, and my highlighter is from Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. I'm in love with her highlighters, like literally the whole line, but I really enjoy the palette. As you can see, she's blinding. Super blinding. And for me, highlighters are like, they're either good or they're not. So, like, if I'm going to use one, they start to all look the same at some point to me. This one, though, I really enjoy because it really does just look and feel different on the skin. It's so silky and so fine. Oh, man, I love this palette so much. I'm going in now and just lining my lips. This is the NYX lip pencil in Club Hopper. It's like a red brown shade. It's the one closest that I had to me. And then I'm going in with Bosom Friend by MAC as a lip base and topping it off, because y'all know I love my lip combo, with the Milani lip gloss. And I'm basically done with this look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you all aren't driving each other crazy in the house. I don't like this one. Hey you guys, how's it going? This is so weird. So you guys, that's really it. I'm done with this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.